Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I thought I would do kind of a maybe weekly wrap-ups this month. We're just going to try something different. I'm going to try a couple things the next few months and see what works. I did try to think about maybe doing a reading vlog like I see some people do. I just haven't figured out how I want to do that. So maybe I'll do that next month. Maybe February being a short month, that'll make it work. Anyway, I thought I'd do kind of a weekly update, mostly because my TBR just got derailed. And I thought I'd talk about it. So I started out the New Year's reading a new book, and I started The Last Wish by Andrzej Sapkowski. I'm gonna get that someday. Anyway, point is, this is the first book in the Witcher series. This is the novellas or short stories kind of weaved in with another story. I'm doing this at the read along with Elliot Brooks on her channel. So I had this on my Kindle already, and my brother has read this series and he enjoys it. I said I'm gonna let him borrow my book number 2 that I got at a library sale. So he's gonna let me do the novel number 1. I have the book number. So it's okay. It's all confusing. Anyway, point is, this is the book you're supposed to read first, which is the short stories, and then you're supposed to read novel 1 and novel 2. My brother has novel 1, I have novel 2. Anyway, point is, anyway, I started reading this, and I really enjoyed it at the beginning. I liked getting dropped into the world. I liked not knowing what exactly was going on and learning about the creatures and the Witcher and what he does and some of his backstory and stuff. And I really like that. I do not like the short story way of building the story. I just have trouble with that. It's just, I'm not a big short story fan. It's hard for me to get through that. Anyway, point is that I'm about 50 pages from the end. I'm in the very last short story, but I kind of got tired. And anyway, I'm ahead of the reading. We're supposed to read so much per week, and I'm way ahead. So I'm just gonna back off until the last week, and then I'll read the last 50 pages, unless I pick it up later and just finish it. But I have 50 pages left. So I read mostly this during the week. And I also, on the first, picked up Chernobyl Prayer by Svetlana Alexievich. I think that's how it's said. This nonfiction book about the people who live around the area where Chernobyl was this is fantastic, and I'm really enjoying this nonfiction book. I missed Mel's Bookland Adventures Read Around the World read along with this because I didn't get a copy of it in time, and by the time I got it, it was late in the month, and I didn't pick it up because I was reading some other nonfiction for Nonfiction November. So but I picked it up on the first thinking, oh, I'm reading that Witcher stuff, and I was like, oh, I really want to read something else. So and I thought a nonfiction would be a good one, and this is fantastic. As I said, I'm only halfway through right now, but it's so hard-hitting, but it's so minimalist in the way that it's just snippets of conversation with the survivors or people who went to the area and worked in there, and it's just heartbreaking. But I think it's just so poignant. I'm really enjoying this. I mean, I cannot wait to give this to my dad to read after I'm done. I'm so glad that I picked this up. But again, I'm still got halfway through, so I need to get through that. So I was working on those, and then suddenly I start getting emails from my library saying that books were coming in for me. Well, like I said, I'm trying to this year I want to read more from my shelves and just try to knock out a lot of books that I've been wanting to read for many, many years. Some of them just from the last year, but a lot of them like I've had for a really long time. So I figured out that all 5 of the books that I had asked for in the last few months all came in within 2 or 3 days of each other. So I waited until yesterday to pick them all up because I was like, I might as well just wait till they're all there and then I'll get them all. So I got 5 books from the library. So my TBR is pretty much shot. Because I have to take this next week, at least this next week, to read several of them. And then maybe I might go into next week on another book. And then I have an audio book that I'll show you, or audio CDs, that I'm going to listen to my car. And that's going to take me at least maybe the whole 3 weeks. I'm not quite sure that I have the library book stuff out. So I'm going to show you first what I got and that I've read. I did read Above the Timberline by Gregory Manchess. I read this yesterday. It's it's like, so it has really big pictures, but it has some text in it, and it's so it's kind of, it's a graphic novel. I mean, it's different format. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a very beautiful book, and I'm so glad I got it from my library and to see it, because it is gorgeous. The pictures are gorgeous. I guess I didn't realize, I would probably classify this as a YA kind of fantasy adventure story. An explorer goes missing while he's trying to find this lost city on in this world. The continents have collided. I mean, I think it's Earth in the very far future. The poles have shifted, so there's this big land called the Waste, and they're looking for this lost city. And the boy West, his father, goes missing, and he decides to go after him. And it is it's a great coming of age, you know, the adventure story. You know, it's definitely follows all those tropes, and I mean, most of the time I enjoyed it. It was a couple times where he'd say something and be like, oh, come on. But he was 17, so I guess that's why I think this is probably considered a YA. I don't know. But the pictures are beautiful. I think it's totally worth it just to see it for that. May have only given it a 3, but because the story was kind of meh. But the story, I mean, the pictures were just gorgeous. I mean, the guy can draw. Don't get me wrong. So I got that. So I did actually finish one thing this week. And then I decided, because The Last Wish I'm waiting for the end of the month, and I'm going to be reading this on and off, Chernobyl Prayer, on and off, because nonfiction I'll just dip in and out of it, because again, I can only read a little bit at a time. So I picked up my another library book, which is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a, you know, I mean, I could say it, but why? Anyway, point is that, this is really, I only read 30 pages of this last night. I picked it up after that. And, I just thought it's a very interesting book already. It's a counterintuitive approach to living a good life. And I liked the way this started, as it was showing how somebody who had it all, money, everything, who started out kind of as a loser, was still a loser by the end of it. It was kind of because of the way you, like, how you decide how to deal with things, and how this is mostly, I guess it's mostly of trying to say what you should care about, and the other stuff you just let go. So I just said, it's a short book. I'm hoping to knock that out today, but we'll see. As I said, I put this on a wait list like a couple of months ago, and it just finally popped up, of course, where everything else did. So anyway, I'll try to read through that. The audio CDs I'm going to keep in my car for the next couple weeks is Sapiens, A Brief History of Mankind by Yuval Noah Harari, I think is it. Anyway, I've been wanting to read this book for a while, and I know the other book is out, Su Homo Deus, I think, but I wanted to read this, and so I got it for audio. I don't know, I just did. So, because I like a lot of history on audio. So anyway, I'm going to listen to this in my car. It kind of derails what I was going to listen to. I was going to listen to fantasy in my car, listen to the Grace of Kings, but that'll just have to wait. I'm going to attack this one, at least this week. I'm going to start it and see what happens if I like it. Again, this is a nonfiction about Homo sapiens, and in fairness, it's just the history of that, going through that. It's everybody says it's really good, so I'm going to try that out. And then another book that as I said, I was like number 90 something when I put this book on hold. So it's taken a little bit to get, but I got Nora Roberts' Year One. It's the first book in Chronicles of the One. Anyway, so it's her dystopian. It should be, I'm hoping it's going to be a fast read. I don't know, but like I said, I like her J.D. Robb stuff, and I've liked some of her more her paranormal romance kind of sides, her stuff with just a little mix of magic or some other stuff. So I'm going to try her dystopian and see what happens. So that came in as well. And then, did I show this? No, I can't remember. Did I? Probably not. But this is the book that I was waiting for, of course, is The Will to Battle by Ada Palmer. So this is the book I am going to pick up probably last, which sounds kind of weird. But I want to knock out, as I said, I already did Above the Timberline. I'm reading The Subtle Art today. I want to pick up this right afterwards, or at least try it and see how I like it. And if I like it, I'll finish it out. and then I'll read The Will to Battle. Now the reason I'm doing it that way is I want, maybe it's I'm afraid to start this until I've gotten all the stuff kind of knocked off that I have to get done, or you know, I want to get done. That doesn't make sense. I don't know why I'm holding off on this. Maybe I'm still afraid to try this. I don't know. I loved Seven's. Why is my computer making noises? It's having issues. Anyway, so I really want to read this again. This is the third book in the Terra Ignota series. I loved Too Like the Lightning. I really enjoyed. And I took a chance on reading Seven Surrenders, and it just blew my mind. I loved that book. It was my second favorite book of 2017, and I still one of the most gut-wrenching, like, it just blew me away, that whole book. So I do want to read this, but I'm also afraid to read it because I don't know if it can live up to how I felt about Seven Surrenders. So I think that's probably why I'm holding off and trying to knock out some of the library books and see if I want to read them. Like, as I said, I'll finish the subtle art today, and then I'll probably pick up this one to see if I want to read it. And you know, if I decide I don't, then I'll just return it. Or if I decide I'll think about it, then I'll pick up this one. But it's just like, I don't want to start this one if I know I have other books kind of hanging over my head. I know that when I pick this up, I'll read it and finish it quickly. And I think that's it. I want to give myself, I don't know. Maybe that makes no sense. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. I have all these really, all these came in at the same time. What was the library thinking? So anyway, these are books I'm going to get to this week. This one I finished. But anyway, these are the books I'm going to read in the next week. I'm hoping, I don't know if I'll finish these, but at least I'm going to start them, and then this is a start. But these ones I'm going to read, and we'll see. So anyway, have you guys had that happen where like every hold you have comes in at the same time? What are the odds? So anyway, if you guys have read any of this stuff, let me know, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.